Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I am your host Bastion. This is Let's Play Ys 5. I'm no longer poisoned, although I think I'm just about to get poisoned by this guy. And I'm fully healed, so that's always a nice thing. What? Do not poison me, please. Oh. Funny. One of my housemates' plants. My housemate, Kate, you've heard me talk about her a few times, I think. She loves to have a lot of house plants, but she's also possibly the worst at keeping them alive. they are always dying, and there's this one particular set of plants that they were like twins, and they both had like, I don't know. They were on opposite ends of the... In case you didn't know, when I'm playing video games, I'm playing it on a projector screen that takes up a whole wall, so that's pretty cool. Trust me, after you've gone projector screen, it's really hard to go back. So anyways, so I'm playing against this projector screen, and then on either side of the projector screen, there are these little stands that have these twin potted plants in twin pot thingamajigs, and so one of them, its leaves just started randomly falling off, and then eventually she never waters them is the problem. So yeah, so it was dead. I'm poisoned again, sheesh. So yeah, so it was dead, and I think that one just died altogether completely all at once. And then its twin brother on the other side, so now on one side there's an empty pot, and then on the other side there was a fairly living, fairly alive potted plant, but then randomly it's like giant fronds would just fall over, and they're pretty big, so it's kind of startling, especially when you're facing them and then out of nowhere one of them just falls down. Yeah, so that particular plant is basically almost completely dead, and now one of her other plants, a newer plant, and as soon as she got it, I was like, oh no, here we go again. And sure enough, one of its leaves just randomly fell a second ago. So yeah, exciting dying plant time here. Well, it's not so exciting because it happens constantly, and I just teased her about it recently because she just bought a whole bunch of new plants, and I was like, oh, because you know they're gonna stay alive. And she was like, oh, I'm doing so much better. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The one plant is leaves falling like once a week, and now this new plant is, its leaf just fell off. Not leaf, but I guess frond. I had the word right before, frond, which sounds like some kind of pretentious person saying friend. Oh my gosh. No more poisoning things. This is really not exciting. Okay, still more poison. Sheesh. Oh my gosh, I think it's going to kill me. Oh my gosh, I think I am... Oh, thankfully it stops. Thankfully it's a forgiving game and will stop at a certain point and not kill you, you know, completely. So now we get to stand around and wait for the poison to wear off, so that way we can wait to heal. What other things can I tell you about my housemate, Kate? She is horrified of spiders. I mean, I used to have arachnophobia to a degree when I was a kid. Like, I was much more scared of spiders than any other kid I knew. Like, if there was just one in my bedroom, I would freak out. My mom would have to come and deal with it. And eventually, as I got older, I started to feel kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm a wuss. I need to get over this. So I would eventually, my friend's grandpa made me a fancy sword out of wood. It was very large, too. It was like a full-size, like real-size sword. So I would use that because it was very long. It was like at least 3 feet long or something like that. So I would use that to kill the spiders, because that way it would be at such a distance that I wouldn't actually be dealing with the spider. Oh my gosh, did I just do a thing where now I have to redo that whole thing? I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. They designed that just to be as annoying as they possibly could. And I'm poisoned again. So, I am not amused with this. It doesn't make for very good, let's playing, that's for sure. So anyways, I would attack these poor spiders at a distance with this wooden sword. And then, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Piers Anthony, but I don't know if I ever talked about this, but, Piers Anthony, I read his Xanth books when I was in junior high, and I sent him a fan letter, and then he responded, because he's very good about that kind of thing, actually. He responds to most fan mail, unlike really any author out there. So, and not just with like a form letter either. I mean, I'm sure if you ask generic questions or whatever, then he will just send a generic form letter. Like, what I do know that he does, what he said to me, and sometimes I'll ask him, like, there was a moment where it seemed like there was going to be a Xanth movie, and so I was like, oh, any word on that? And he was like, here's the canned paragraph, that, because he'll like pre-write out paragraphs to questions that people will ask, because he doesn't want to have to retype the exact same, you know, paragraph over and over again. Wow, an actual live customer, welcome. So anyways, I became pen pals with Piers Anthony, and he's famous for being a vegetarian, and I was also a vegetarian, and I was like, yeah, but honestly, I do kill spiders. And he was like, why do you do that? You can just capture them in a thing, and yes, I want to make flux stones. You can just capture them in a thing, and then they will, and, you know, put them elsewhere. And I was like, that's a good point. I probably shouldn't be killing them. So I decided at that point to stop killing them and to capture them in jars or whatever and take them outside or you know, whatever. And, anyways, happy to help. Wait, so do I now have a different thingamajig? Welcome to the Inner Mountain. Let's record my adventure. So anyways, yeah, he's a cool guy, and so I am thankful to him for enlightening me about the uselessness of killing spiders. Ooh, good, new stuffs. Although I have no money. Oh, gems. I bet I've got tons of gems to get rid of. Now I've got the money to buy new stuffs. So I can get a new shield. Oh, I can't afford that. What if I equip my new shield? Oh, it's up. No? I do not like this menu system. It's not intuitive at all. It's a cool idea, but it is not intuitive. Wow, that's a pretty good improvement. Okay, and then if I sell my round shield, I will have nowhere near enough, I'm sure. Sell. Where is it? There it is. Round shield. A light round shield, useful in skilled hands. And now, do I have anywhere close? I don't have anywhere close enough to buy the scaled mail. That's fine, whatever. Gives me a goal to look forward to. It's good that you've come to these mountain recesses. Please tell me what you can. There's not much here to speak of. Wait. There is some talk of a kind of treasure in the cave behind the waterfall. Okay, so there's a waterfall and there's a cave behind it, and that's what I gotta do next. Now we know. I'm gonna go ahead and save at this thing, and then we will go explore the cave behind the waterfall in the next episode. See you guys then. Bye.